Bernie Sanders Fast Facts. Here is a look at the life of U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders, an independent senator from Vermont and 2020 presidential candidate. Personal birth date: September 8, 1941. Birthplace: Brooklyn, New York. Birth name: Bernard Sanders. Father: Eli Sanders, a paint salesman. Mother: Dorothy, Glassberg. Sanders. Marriages: Jane, O'Meara, Sanders, 1988. Present: Deborah, Shiling, Messing, married and divorced in the 1960s. Children: with Susan Mott. Levi, stepchildren with Jane, O'Meara, Sanders. Heather, Carina, David. Education: attended Brooklyn College, 1959 to 1960, University of Chicago, BA in Political Science, 1964. Religion: Jewish, though he has told the Washington Post he is not actively involved with organized religion. Other facts: although independent in the U.S. Senate, Sanders has run as a Democrat in his two bids for the presidential nomination, in 2016 and currently for 2020. His father's family died in the Holocaust. During the 1960s, he spent half a year on a kibbutz in Israel. Was a member of the Young People's Socialist League while at the University of Chicago. The longest-serving independent member of Congress in American history. Sanders applied for conscientious objector status during the Vietnam War. Nominated for a Grammy Award but did not win. Timeline: August 28, 1963, attends the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. 1972, 1976, 1986, unsuccessful bids for governor of Vermont. 1972, 1974, unsuccessful bids for the U.S. Senate. 1981, wins the race for mayor of Burlington, Vermont, by 10 votes, running as an independent. 1981 to 1989, mayor of Burlington for 4 terms. 1988, unsuccessful bid for the U.S. House of Representatives. 1990, wins a seat on the U.S. House of Representatives by about 16% of the vote. 1991 to 2007, serves 8 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives. 1991, co-founds the Congressional Progressive Caucus. 2006, wins a seat on the U.S. Senate with 65% of the vote. January 4, 2007, serves in the U.S. Senate. December 10, 2010, holds a filibuster for more than 8 hours against the reinstatement of tax cuts formulated during the administration of President George W. Bush. The speech is published in book form in 2011 as The Speech. A historic filibuster on corporate greed and the decline of our middle class. 2012, wins re-election for a second term in the U.S. Senate. Receives 71% of the vote. 2013 to 2015, serves as chairman of the Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs. April 30, 2015, announces his run for the Democratic presidential nomination in an email to supporters and media. May 1, 2015, Sanders' campaign raises more than $1.5 million in its first 24 hours. January 17, 2016, Sanders unveils his $1.38 trillion per year Medicare for All health care plan. February 9, 2016, Sanders wins the New Hampshire primary, claiming victory with 60% of the vote. He's the first Jewish politician to win a presidential nominating contest. July 12, 2016, endorses Hillary Clinton for president. August 21, 2017, Sanders pens a commentary article in Fortune magazine outlining his healthcare proposal, Medicare for All. November 28, 2017, is nominated, along with actor Mark Ruffalo, for a Grammy in the spoken word category for Our Revolution. A Future to Believe in. February 26, 2018, Sanders' son, Levi Sanders, announces he is running for Congress in New Hampshire. He later loses his bid in the Democratic primary. November 6, 2018, wins re-election to the U.S. Senate for a third term, with more than 67% of the vote. January 2, 2019, The New York Times reports that several women who worked on Sanders' 2016 presidential campaign had come forward, alleging they had experienced sexual harassment, pay disparities and targeted disrespect by campaign members. Sanders immediately responds to the allegations, claiming that he was not aware of any of the claims, and apologizes to any woman who feels like she was not treated appropriately. February 19, 2019, announces that he is running for president during an interview with Vermont Public Radio. February 20, 2019, according to his campaign, Sanders raises nearly $6 million in the first 24 hours following the launch of his 2020 presidential bid. March 15, 2019, Sanders' presidential campaign staff unionizes, making it the first major party presidential campaign to employ a formally organized workforce. August 22, 2019, Sanders unveils his $16.3 trillion Green New Deal plan. October 1, 2019, after experiencing chest discomfort at a campaign rally, Sanders undergoes treatment to address blockage in an artery. He has 2 stents successfully inserted. October 4, 2019, the Sanders campaign releases a statement that he has been discharged from the hospital after being treated for a heart attack. After 2.5 days in the hospital, I feel great, and after taking a short time off, I look forward to getting back to work, Sanders says in the statement. February 3, 2020, the Iowa Democratic caucuses take place, but the process descends into chaos due to poor planning by the state party, a faulty app that was supposed to calculate results, and an overwhelmed call center. That uncertainty leads to delayed results and a drawn-out process with both Sanders and former South Bend, Indiana, Mayor Pete Buttigieg's campaigns raising concerns. February 27, 2020, Sanders' presidential campaign challenges the results of the Iowa caucus's partial recount just hours after the state's Democratic Party releases its results. In a complaint sent to the Iowa Democratic Party and Democratic National Committee, the Sanders campaign claims the state party violated its own rules by allowing the Buttigieg campaign to partake in the process because they didn't meet the proper requirements. February 29, 2020, the Iowa Democratic Party certifies the results from the state's caucuses, with Sanders coming in second behind Buttigieg and picking up 12 pledged delegates to Buttigieg's 14. The certification by the party's state central committee includes a 26-14 vote, saying the party violated its rules by complying with the Buttigieg campaign's partial recanvass and recount requests. Click subscribe to receive the latest news.